This is Jingshan Hill, the highest point in Beijing. We're looking at the Forbidden City. This is the north side. It's Mid-Autumn Festival, so big holiday, probably extra crowded up here. To the right there, the shiny building with the dome. It's the Performing Arts Center, National Performing Arts Center. And you can make out some of the buildings in Tiananmen Square. The National Museum, where I was yesterday, is out that way. Yesterday was such a bad air quality day, and today is much better. You can actually see, if I turn the camera this way, some of the mountains that surround Beijing. Kind of like LA, Beijing sits in a basin surrounded by mountains on three sides. So depending on the prevailing winds, the air quality can be decent or horrible. Ranges from decent to horrible. I don't think they really have any good air quality days, just days that aren't horrible. Like yesterday, where you couldn't even see the downtown business area, which is this area here. A couple days ago I went to the Urban Planning Museum, and they have a forward-looking model of the city set in about the year 2020. Which is not too far away now, only about 6 years from now. So the city looks almost, in the model, the same as what I'm seeing here. Then they had a larger wooden model of the Forbidden City as well. You can watch my video and actually start off looking at it from the same perspective from the north. And then I walk around the model to the south, looking at it as if I were in Tiananmen Square. Forbidden City has been restored, but I think it's much the same as it was throughout most of the Ming and Qing eras. A walled imperial city where the Manchu Qing emperor lived separate from the rest of the Han ethnic Chinese that had their own walled area to the south. You can see the People's Hall there next to the shiny dome. This building here. It's kind of like the, I don't want to call it a Senate or Parliament, but I don't know what you would call it in a communist system, but it's, I think, where the representatives, it's a communist republic, so it's where the representatives, the elected representatives, appointed representatives, I don't really know. It's where they meet. When they're not having their plenary sessions, you can, I think, visit that building on tours. Tiananmen Square doesn't have much to see. The Martyrs Monument and Mao's Mausoleum. The real attraction is the National Museum, which is a world-class museum of Chinese history and art, art and artifacts. I've only gone through the basement section on the ancient civilizations, the different dynasties. They break up, unlike the Shanghai Museum, which is a little bit more thematic in its grouping, bronzes and ceramics. The museum here, the National Museum here in Beijing, does everything by dynasty. So we start off in the Paleolithic and work our way up. I got as far yesterday as the Tang Dynasty. If I look this way, we'll see some of the Tang Dynasty is about 1000 AD. And Beijing is a city, I think, starts off, I think it has Paleolithic settlements. I also yesterday went to the Wang Fujing Museum in the basement of the Oriental Plaza Mall, and that dates back to 25,000 BC. But as a city, I think it really starts around the Jin Dynasty, again around 1000, I think, AD or so. And of course, Dadu under the Yuan Mongol reign is when it really got going. And then known as various names: Beiping, Peking, can see here some of the mountains. The Great Wall of China follows the ridges of these mountains, more or less along the ridge line, trying to close off the city and basin here all the way around the mountains, ringing the city. And there are several touristy areas to go to of the Great Wall, but maybe a handful of really touristy restored areas. But if you want to just go to any portion, especially parts that aren't unrestored, there's lots of opportunities, I think, for hiking off on your own. They run a trip almost every day out of my hostel to the Great Wall. Eventually I'll go on one of them. This temple in the park is at the northern edge of this park. I don't think it's open. I don't see anyone in there. The doors are closed in front. I walked down this way from my hostel, which is northeast here in the Dongcheng district of the city. It took about 20 minutes to walk here. You can see the arrow tower, or excuse me, the drum tower, and behind it the bell tower, closed for renovation. Probably the closest attraction to my hostel, but closed right now. Rather frustrating. There's another arrow tower up here that I tried to visit, also closed. There's a coin museum, which was closed. The White Dagoba is associated with the UN Mongol reign in, Beihai Park, which is a series of lakes connected here. I think the river's been channeled and formed into these lakes here. They say Beijing's not really on a river, but in some of the sites I visited, they talk about there being a river that was channeled and put underground. And the museum at the Beijing Urban Planning Hall there said that ships sailed up the river here from Tianjin at one time. So I think there was a river here in historic times. Not a major river, but large enough for ocean-going vessels to get close to the Forbidden City, I think. Anyway, good quality air day, so I can't complain. See some of the towers here, corner towers on the Forbidden City. I haven't done Forbidden City yet either. Kind of saving it for after I get a little bit more familiar with Beijing. Do it on a Monday or non-holiday when it's not so crowded. Give myself 1 or 2 days to really spend the whole day there.